Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Dark War over here on the channel. What I wanted to do today is, since Dark War is currently on its way out the door, I wanted to try and reflect on some stuff inside the game that I really enjoyed, which includes my 5 favorite characters inside the game right now. Now, before we actually go and do that, I do have the Last Splash celebration event tickets they've been giving out for the rest of this month. Which will allow us to do a couple of pulls over here on this banner. Some of you guys have been letting me know that apparently they updated this so you can pull gold SSRs. I popped in 30 of my tickets on day 1 and got nothing. So I just want to try this out. It looks like we're not going to get another VIP draw since there's actually no timer on the right side. It says it resets every 3 days, but it's been more than 3 days by now for this actual banner, so I'm just gonna trust it. I would love to get Juzo Halloween to get a little showcase in, but we will see how it goes as we pop in, I guess, 3 multis and then whatever else fucking works, you know? This animation is such like a jobber one. Can we get any SSR? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Whoa, fucking jeez. Okay, I guess Juzo Halloween is pullable now. They definitely fixed this banner, because there was literally no chance of pulling these characters before. That's really good. I'm really happy with that. So we can actually do a little showcase. Akira Christmas. Okay. Wow. Juzo Halloween shards there. We'll pop another one in here. Actually, Rize Christmas support. Jeez. I'm getting just the full copies of the units now. I literally have never seen a gold SSR get pulled fully like this. Akira Christmas is there as well. It's always in the same slot, so it looks like it's in the guaranteed, but that did not exist when I did my 3 multis before. So next one, yep, is gonna be Hinami Halloween. Interesting. And you got one more multi here. Let's see who we end up getting. Looks like it's actually a guaranteed gold SSR on this now, which honestly would have been great to have years and years ago. But you know what? Oh, look, I just got 2 in 1. Even better. So that means Akira Christmas is probably going to be up pretty goddamn far here. Let's take a look at this. Hinami Halloween is definitely 4-star now. I would like to go and look over here. Juzo is stuck where he is, but I want to do a showcase on him soon enough. And the last one was the Akira Christmas, who does get that star up as well. Alrighty. And at 5-star, she just gets an even better increase, but honestly, I think she's one of the better units in the game, as far as I know. Anyway, instead of doing a showcase on those guys today, I'm going to try to work on them and upgrade them for the rest of today. What I wanted to do is run through this list of characters and talk about some of my favorite ones that came out over the lifespan of the game. So I'm just going to pick out 5 main ones and we'll kind of talk about them and reflect on why they were so important. And honestly, if I were to start with anybody and I were to pick a number 1, Arima Ixa is the one that comes to mind first. He was actually my second SSR because I was trying to pull really hard to try to get Arima Ixa in particular, because I read his skills that were very much like defensive based, which is what I was having the most issues with in the start of the game. And he carried me once I got him for fucking forever. I remember my first video going through the SSRs that I've pulled. I was going for Arima and I got Noro from the VIP draw because they glitched it. And so they ended up giving a compensation where they gave out 1 copy of Arima for free, basically. And then beyond there, I just kind of worked on him up to 5-star. And honestly, definitely one of the best characters in the game. Just because his passive, the Bravery, which adds a shield to all allies, affects on every one of his skills after he's upgraded to 5-star. So he was just this really, really strong SSR of the coolest character in Tokyo Ghoul, that was made for the purpose of being able to destroy quests and live longer. So he was just a really, really good unit, and I'm very happy with the chance to use him. Definitely my number one for best unit in the game for me personally. And a firm second place that I'm going to give it to. Don't worry, not all of these will be the main characters I use, is going to be Noro. He got less relevant over time, I want to say. His power kind of got scaled out a little bit with higher DPSs, with even crazier abilities. But at the start of the game, a character that buffed 200% attack for 10 seconds like this was one that was just made to do really well. And so alongside his attack speed increases, alongside his crazy DPS on his first, he was made to be the biggest one-trick pony, and he did that one trick so goddamn well. And he also had a 5-star passive like Toka Rabbit that just gave him a cooldown on his skills, which helped a lot with his DPS as well. So definitely good 5-star, very good character. And since Noro never really gets like a lot of justice in other games, it's kind of great to see him thrive so well in Dark War. I want to say he was like the top 1% of characters everyone wanted to go for in Dark War in the early days, which is really, really funny to me. So definitely Noro is very cool. I am a big fan. For the next characters though, next one I'm jumping to is half Kakuja Kaneki. This is one of the best models in the game. I do kind of wonder why his like Kakuja is above his head. Because there's not really any panels inside the original series that have him standing like this. A lot of the time, it's like the 6 Kaku hose, or it's the one big centipede tail, or it's the one where he's like, I'll pluck you, and wiggles his finger like Reinvoke had. And so it is a different version of him. But he was very cool. He has some very special animations in terms of like crazy damage. Remember I did my Game Samba like contest video on him back in the day when I first got him, and he was super cool. And honestly, a lot of the reason why I like him in the first place is because of the fact that his actual animations and his abilities were cool. He's actually not that great of a unit. He's definitely mostly on this list because of the flair he has. One of the coolest units out there, in my opinion, honestly. His first is like a big jab forward. Second one is a dash forward, which I liked a lot. Third one is a massive damage and a stun for only support units, which made him a little bit worse. And he also has crit damage. So, okay unit. Honestly, one of the more poor ones on this list. And yet, one of the coolest models in the game, and definitely one of the ones I will personally miss quite a bit. Next two are probably going to be ones that are pretty surprising for some people. Here. So in the other Tokyo Ghoul games, there weren't a lot of seasonal outfits that were available for characters. And so the things that I liked about Dark War the most was the chance to be able to use characters that may have just been in art inside games like War Age, for example. War Age had an Arima in this outfit as well, which, by the way, that good 2D art. But he didn't actually have a unit or an outfit, so it's cool to see him here. I personally never got the chance to get him because, frankly, these gold SSRs were dropped in some really horrible festivals, and I didn't really play the game enough to get them. And so I didn't care enough to really go for him. As far as I know, though, a lot of the top players in the game use this Arima in particular because he's one of the highest DPSs, and he works with the Ukaku meta, because there's a couple of characters inside the game that buff Ukaku specifically, which didn't really get a lot of, like... There wasn't like a Rinkaku team, a Kokaku team, a Bikaku team, and an Ukaku team. It was more so... certain typings were filled out a little bit more, like Ukaku was the big one, and then everything else kind of went to the wayside because it was too big of buffs. But he has the 3 electric shots here, which is just a better version of Narukami. He has the fires a bullet, which later explode in a circular area. An ultimate flash, if I could hold my finger down on it. Aruna, which by the way has not been fixed to this day. Can I click on the thing? Thank you. Aruna fires a beam of light, dealing damage to enemies in line for 1 second. The skill can trigger a crit, and when it does, the crit damage dealt is 300%. And then million voltage is increased crit rate. So by the way, the moment that this came out and this was misspelled, Aruna, I immediately complained about it. Of course, Dark War. But even so, this is one of the coolest characters. I really, really wish I got the chance to try him out. I think he would have been a crazy unit. And look at this. All of Arima's attacks will mark the target with electric effect. When the enemy markings reach 3 stacks, Arima stuns the enemies and deals damage equivalent to 400% of his basic attack. And so, what that means is his first strong attack, whenever you use it, will get 3 stacks of electric and instantly stun the enemies, which is really, really good for a DPS. So definitely one of the better characters, one of the ones I wish I got the chance to try out. And yet, one that I never will. However, the last on my list of characters that I would personally say I really wanted to try, or that I think are especially cool, is definitely Juzo Halloween. This character dropped and I instantly wanted to get him because of how cool he looked. He kind of fit really well with the SSR Juzo that we were missing as well. And so I was really happy with how the 3D model looked. And then today we officially pulled him for the first time. And so I'm gonna start working on a showcase for him naturally. Let's go ahead and look at his stuff a little bit. He hurls his scythe ahead, stunning targets for 2 seconds, then he blinks to the target and spins to deal damage to surrounding enemies. He waves his scythe rapidly and deals damage to enemies 10 times, restoring 20% of lost HP, so he has like a lifesteal mechanic. Suzuya strikes thrice with his scythe, dealing damage to enemies in a straight line. And Suzuya increases his crit rate. I like how all the passives just became like the character's icon. At 4-star, he gets 25% damage steal. And at 5-star, he gets critical damage increase. So I don't think he's a really crazy 5-star. But he's one that I really love the model of in the first place. I think it is a super cool one with a very, very fancy scythe. And I'm looking forward to doing a showcase on him ASAP. I also like the fact they gave the little pumpkin, like the stitches he has. I guess that means it would be 10, right? Because it's 2 X's. What is the card for... What is the tarot card for 20? Tarot number 20. Judgment. Yo, he's the Grim Reaper. That's a really cool like aspect to it. You know, I wonder if that was intentional from the designers of these characters, but honestly, if that is a really cool nod to the original series because there's a lot of tarot references inside it, and I'm really happy with that. Good stuff, plus 10. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I'll be upgrading this Juzo Halloween to go ahead and use him very soon. And honestly, Dark War had a lot of phases. Through the entirety of it, a lot of the same passions in terms of characters kind of stayed with me, Noro and Arima especially. But I really liked the seasonal units, and I think they capped out on the characters they could use very quickly, so they had to start jumping towards these seasonals to fill out the rest of the roster. And they did a good job with them, frankly. I think they are some of the prettiest characters in the game for sure. So... good job, Dark War. For now, I'll be doing more videos very soon of Dark War to try and celebrate the end of the game. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. And I guess bye for now. See you later, everybody.